Hello and welcome to another video session here at NAV SEAL. Today I would like to show you something about service orders and invoicing those service orders. You know, a service order, in many ways it looks a little bit like a sales order, but there's certain parts that has to do with repairs, maintenance, service items and so on. But basically a service order acts the same way. You have the possibility to ship and to post. Now, some customers that might have many service orders with you prefer not to have multiple invoices. It's okay to have multiple shipments. It could be for each repair, they're going to receive information about that. But when they receive the invoice, they would maybe like to have that in one consolidated invoice for the month, maybe. Now, that is possible in Business Central. Let me show one simple example of how this could be done. Let's start out looking at a couple of service orders in here. I have two created here for the same customer. Of course, the customer must be the same. Otherwise, it doesn't really make any sense to combine the invoices into one. So let's have a look at the service order number 10 here. We have two service items on here. We have some repairs going on with the computer. And we can see on the service lines that we are going to consume some resources like that's. In this scenario, it's Marty. Marty has used 4 hours and we're going to use a drive 250, 2 of those actually. And we have already shipped those on this service order. We haven't invoiced anything yet. As you can see, the quantity to invoice column is still open. Nothing has happened. Okay, let's have a look at the other one. The number 11 in here. Now, this is also a repair of the computer. And for this one, let's have a look at the service lines. We only have one in here. So all it took to repair this one, apparently, was a keyboard, one of those. And we have shipped it, as you can see here. So you could say the repair has been done. We have shipped it, possibly back to the customer already, both of them on 2 different shipments. So the physical part has taken place. It's gone to the warehouse, it's gone to the carrier, and it's been on the way to the customer and delivered back to them after the repair has been done. The invoicing is still outstanding at this point in time. So let me show you. If this is one of those customers that want one invoice, let's go to what is called Service Invoices. In Service Invoices, we don't have anything here in here right now. Let's create a new one. And we're gonna create it for the same customer. Number 10,000, the Canon Group. All of what you see in here, otherwise in a service invoice, that is standard BC. All I want to show you is that little trick on how we can get all the shipment lines into this service invoice. So the trick here is, let's go down to the lines. Click on the lines. No, we don't click on the lines. We click on the functions and we select Get Shipment Lines. When I do that, it's going to show me all the shipment lines that has been done for this specific customer that has not yet been invoiced. So in our little example here, we have 2 shipments, number 1 and number 2. We have 2 lines on the first shipment. That was the first service order we looked at. There was Marty doing some work. And there was 2 drive 250 that was used as components, I guess, to do that repair of that computer. And we can also go a little bit to the right here. We can see there was 4, and 4 has not been invoiced, and 2 has not been invoiced. And the last one, that was the keyboard. That was for another service order, and therefore another shipment document. We have 1 outstanding on that one. So now, of course, I can select the ones I want to include in here. So I can do that by selecting out here. If I only want 2 of them, or let's just say those 2, I can just select those 2 and only those 2 will be included. But let's take them over. When I do that and I click OK, it's gonna create those lines on my service invoice. And as you can see, there's a headline saying what shipment it is. We can see this is for the resource Marty, and we see it's for the item 250, and then for the second shipment, this is the keyboard. So when the customer receives this invoice, they can actually link this to a shipment document they have received when I receive the item back from repair. Now all the pricing information, all the quantities, location codes, all the other fun stuff from the service order is transferred to the service invoice. So now you're ready to invoice it. And in this way, you would only get one invoice for multiple shipments. Now, when you do this, it becomes a posted service invoice. No magic there. That is how it always works. The magic here is that we still have the service order open. So that means whatever we invoice on this one will be updated on the service invoice that it came from. So this one will go back to the service invoice that had Marty on there and had this item on there on the service lines, and we'll update with whatever quantity we have in here, the 4 and the 2, as invoice quantity when we post this service invoice. So this is how the service invoice, and you have to do it like this. You have to use the get shipment lines, because that is the way that Business Central knows there's a link between this service invoice and the service order. Otherwise, the system doesn't know those two are actually linked together, and it's not really considered as a combined invoice. So this is the way to do it. I would say one last information I would give you that is nice to have here as well is that when you do invoice this, and it is actually done, so when you look at the service order, all has been shipped, all has been invoiced, the service order is still in there, it's not deleted. In a normal scenario where you would invoice the service order and you have shipped and invoiced it all, it would automatically disappear when it has created the last posted document. This does not happen when you have these combined invoices. There's a little job that can fix that. So let's try, we can search for delete, I think it's delete invoiced service orders. So that's a job, and if I click on that, it will prompt you and ask if there's some specific orders you want to include in this job. I would say just run it with OK, because it's not going to delete any service orders that is not completely shipped and invoiced. So do that once a day, once a week, and whenever you want to do that. You know, it's not really going to hurt the system, as you could say. It will just delete whatever has not been deleted that should have been deleted. Nothing wrong will happen when you run this job. So this is one way to do that. I would say that's the way to do it when you run combined invoices when it has to do with service orders. I hope you can use the information, and as always, feel free to come with comments and ideas. We are really happy to receive any input. We'd love to hear from you, and we're looking forward to see you next time again. Thanks a lot.
Thanks for watching this video from NAV SEAL. Check out more right here. NAV SEAL offer assistance and counsel on any existing solution. So if you're in need of assistance, don't hesitate to contact us on navseal.com or LinkedIn. Consider leaving a like and subscribe for more tips, news, and guides to anything Microsoft Dynamics 365 Business Central.